this lighting? Why does it keep leaving me all brighty and shit? Like crazy bright. Like I'm like ghost face. I don't like it. I don't know what the hell's going on, but I don't have it in me to figure it out either. So, hey everyone, what's up? So yes, I'm still kind of sick. I'm actually off quarantine and I was feeling great today, but apparently that was short-lived or something because I started living my life like I was feeling normal again, and then it quickly reminded me, oh yeah, you can't do that yet, dumbass. You just got done with COVID. So I'm back to feeling like shit again. But I'm still feeling a little bit better though. So I thought, I haven't live streamed in a while. I think I can handle live streaming. I think I can. So how's everyone doing? Who do we got here? Let's see. Hey, Reagan. Hey, Inquiz. Hey, Megan. Hey, MM. Sally. Elizabeth, what's up? And Christine. Heather. Hawkskull. Kristen NZ. April, Suelia, what's up? Oh, Suelia, I'm sorry, I didn't text you back. I saw that you texted. I actually saw you texted when I was recovering earlier when I saw you texted. So I was like, I'll text you back shortly, and I'm sorry I forgot. But thank you for checking in on me. Hi, Diane, Carolyn, Eliar, Kim. I don't know if I said Kim. Yeah, I don't think I did. Again with this lighting. I don't okay, now that I get it because it's a brighter screen. It makes me look like I'm sicker than I am. I don't like it. It's freaking me out. Like I don't look that sick. I don't. I'm nowhere near that pale. Okay. So I was going to just stream tonight and pretty much catch up on things. But then I quickly saw on Twitter that I really need to listen to Todd Chrisley's new podcast, apparently. I started to listen to it and I got to like the 11:30 mark. And I think that's right around there is when he starts to talk about her. I'm like, you know what? I'm streaming in 15 minutes. Why don't I just pause and wait and watch it or listen to it with y'all? So, yeah, it's scary. I'm going to cough a bit. I'm going to try not to, but, and, I do have a new video uploaded though, but I'm having second thoughts on it. I don't know. But it's the video that I've been talking about that I finally got all the clips for and everything, but I feel like I could have done a better job at putting it together, but I might release it. I don't know. I have it uploaded, ready to go. I just have to fill in the info and stuff like that and make a thumbnail, but, and then just make it public, but I don't know. I don't know what to do. So either way, I don't have it in me to work on it anytime soon. So, but I think maybe I'll just put it out there. Oh yeah, I hear you, Heather. Yeah, it's when this whole thing started, and I remember reading an anti-vax post or whatever saying something. Oh, isn't it interesting how the flu numbers magically go down or whatever when COVID comes around? I'm like, well, that's because we're all wearing masks and shit, and we're all in shutdown. I mean, these preventative measures are going to affect like all sicknesses, not just COVID, But yeah, so I see what you're saying. You haven't been sick one day since all this shit started. I get it. Yeah, I probably should have kept wearing a mask, but oh well. Okay, so all right, so I have the podcast up and ready. So why don't I just go ahead and start that? I have to share screen for that, don't I? I'm going to have to turn my fan on, I think, too. All right, so I put this back to the 10:30 mark so we could catch the beginning of him talking about her and stuff. So let me just check chat here one more time. That's sharing, right? Okay. Here we go. Okay, here we go.
but Chase literally was a server last night, and he was waiting tables.
Yep.
And I loved that. And, this is now what, our third time? You and I didn't attend last night, but was it our second or third?
I think the second. Yeah.
Second time. And, Jay DeMarcus has done a wonderful job along with his partner on that organization. And it's just really, Make-A-Wish is just a wonderful organization. And, I have hosted an event for them here in Nashville, and raised a lot of money that night. And it was a blessing to be able to do that. And so, I guess your wish would be is that you never need Make-A-Wish.
Yep.
But
unfortunately,
I think the next wish would be to make sure that Make-A-Wish stays active and vital and can continue to provide these wishes for these terminally ill kids.
Yes.
So, we dealt with that with one of our former producers who lost her son to cancer, and Make-A-Wish was very instrumental in getting things done for them.
Yeah.
So, it's a wonderful organization. A lot of people calling in last week or emailing in, messaging me on social media, about, where things stand with our oldest daughter, Lindsay. And, we have made a conscious effort to try to not discuss anything to do with our oldest child. We just want to kind of stay in our lane and let Lindsay do what she's doing and wish her well and kind of stay with that. And certainly we love Lindsay, we love Jackson, and we want what's best for them, but I'm just not comfortable in discussing her personal life and her personal situation and what she's got going on. I know that she feels attacked, based off of what our attorneys are telling us, that she feels attacked by this YouTuber, that we're not even going to mention the name of, because it's just, ugh. That's really all I can say is, ugh. That emoji that has the green vile puke coming out? That's kind of how I feel when I mention that name. But, I did want to address that this YouTuber's husband, who basically wanted, someone sent me a comment where he said, please don't refer to these people as celebrities. I thank you for that, because we've never touted ourselves as a celebrity. But what we have touted ourselves with is being employed, which is relatively more than what he can say. He is just a backbiter, just nipping on the heels of the YouTuber that's struggling to stay relevant, that is struggling to pay her bills, and she's worrying about us and our situation. I don't think you need to worry about me and our situation, because God's got us. And at the end of the day, I don't dare to say, I say that you have never, you're right, you will never be in our shoes, literally or figuratively, because people like you are at the bottom of the pond. You maintain the cess in the pool. So, as far as what's going on between this YouTuber and our oldest daughter, Lindsay, I'm going to sit back and let that play out and let the truth continue to come out. It's laughable at the things that this woman, I just think that she's so insecure about her appearance that drives her. And I think that, all of God's children are beautiful, but whether or not all of God's children perceive themselves as beautiful is a whole other issue or a whole other perspective.
Right.
And clearly from an outside perspective looking in, I personally don't find her attractive. And based off of all the comments on social media, not a lot of people do. But in God's eyes, she is, because God made her exactly the way that he wanted her. And maybe God made her the way that she is so that she could teach everyone else in the world how not to be.
Right.
Does that sound shady? Does it?
Probably.
A little?
Yeah.
Okay. Intentional.
Are you prepared if a medical emergency arises? Air Med Care Network provides air ambulance services in the event of an emergency. And if you're
I'm going to pause that just for a second. Holy shit. I saw in the comments here, someone said, was it? I think it's cool. Juju B says, I think it's cool that Todd stays home with his son. What is wrong with that? And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You're right. Absolutely right. I think where the digs or whatever come in, where they come into play, it's not that he stays home with their child. It's that they're both home with the child. And yeah, she can sit there and say, well, she's a working mother and this and that. And yeah, she is. She does work from home. I get that. She does make a handsome living, okay, from working from home. No doubt about that. But the amount of time that she puts into her channel is outrageous. And we know that a good chunk of that time goes into this crazy, like, in-depth stalking that she does, or digs, or these rabbit holes, wherever she goes down, and on anything or anyone she talks about. So a lot of the time that she spends on her job from home is ridiculous. And I think that that's kind of where it's just like he's staying home with the child so she can do this shit. And that's where I think a lot of the digs come from. If she were just doing her channel like a normal channel or whatever, like any other channel, putting the I don't know, the similar amount of time into it and effort and everything and work, which would still be an awful lot of time, don't get me wrong. Then I think that you would see like a lot of these digs subside. But yeah, the fact that he does stay home with the kid, that's absolutely cool. I mean, any parent that stays home with a child while the other one works is pretty amazing. So, oh my God, John says, imagine how much more time Katie would spend working if she verified any of her information. Oh my God, that's so funny. It's so funny. Okay.
no out-of-pocket cost for the flight when transported by an AMCN provider. Were you aware that health insurance doesn't always cover the full cost of an emergency air transport? All AMCN members will receive a
but at any rate, it's, I think that she suffers from low self-esteem. And I wanted to clear up, because I had said in a podcast, I think a week or so ago, that she accused this police officer of rape. It wasn't the police officer. I think she got mad at him because he didn't buy her lie about this other guy who she accused of rape. And after the investigation yielded nothing, no proof to back up what she was saying, then she goes after the police officer. And that's how this person does. And, it's laughable and everyone else in the world is laughing at them, other than the 25 bot accounts that they have that they use to message themselves, comments and things in support of themselves. Because to be quite honest with you, nobody buys their fuckery. I know that you cringe when I say that word, but no, people laugh at them. And and there's a difference. I've always said this, that don't laugh at us, laugh with us. Then it's not insulting. But when someone is laughing at you, that's different than laughing with you. And, to use your child as an outlet to garner clicks, to say that your child has all these issues, that he's so ill. And I'm just asking you as a mother, because you have technically will have raised 6 children.
Yes.
If your child was so severely ill, would you be on the internet all day long, typing and commenting? And
I wouldn't be leaving my child's side if they were severely ill.
Okay. Well, that's kind of how most real mothers feel, and or most real parents feel. Your child comes first, but not this one, because this one has to use her situation, if it's real, and I quote, folks, if, based off of what I have read online and what people have messaged me and reports that have been sent to us, et cetera, if it's real, you would go MIA.
Absolutely.
You would be there with your child every day, making sure that the delay in their learning or in their, motor skills or their mental capabilities and physical needs are met.
Absolutely.
You wouldn't be on Instagram or YouTube sloshed out of your mind if that's what, I mean, listen, I don't know if this lady's drunk or if she's not. If she's not, then there's a bigger issue, because at least with alcohol, you could blame the stupidity on it. But, then that, to me, that speaks volumes about you as a parent. But yet you're going to come on here and critique everyone else in the world about their parenting and about what's going on in their life and about their personal situations. You're going to critique all of that when you're living in a house of cards.
Right.
And, I've had people to say that this woman uses her child for government subsidy, that she does all of this stuff. And again, folks, I want to preface, I'm repeating information that has been sent to us via legal team or via social media or what have you. I'm merely repeating what I'm saying. What I'm saying is what I'm repeating what's been sent to us. But I mean, come on, take care of your child. You had plenty of advice to tell me about take care of my child. Don't harm your daughter. Now it's come out that what Chase and I said, that there was no sex tape and that we've never blackmailed anyone and never extorted. What I said was there has been someone that has approached Chase claiming to have had a sex tape and they want $5,000. That's what was said. But this individual, this ratchet individual, decides to say that Lindsay told her that I had extorted her for $5,000. Now it's come out that that's not true. But she doesn't report that because that's not salacious.
Right.
That's not like shocking. So she stays away from that because she only is interested in delivering negative, vile, fraudulent, deceptive content. And then she wants to run and hide and say she's protecting her mental health. No, you're not. You're copying again something that Lindsay said. So you're a stalker. You're someone who, now you've said you're sexually fluid. So I feel like when I make this next statement, I can really make this next statement. This YouTuber, and that's really all she is a YouTuber, a basic YouTuber, not even a great YouTuber. This basic YouTuber claims that she's sexually fluid, and here she is trying to mimic how my daughter dresses, buying the same, she's buying the knockoff version of jewelry that Lindsay has. I'm going to protect my friend. You're not her friend. She has stated in a deposition, she is not your friend. Never met you, never talked to you. You've dealt with her legal advisor. You've dealt with her attorney. That's it. But this woman has perceived that she is best friends with my oldest child. Now, I don't know if it's because she's crushing on Lindsay, because she has a thing for her, because she is, as she states, sexually fluid. So I'm not sure if the fluidity is rolling towards my daughter or not, but I can assure you that my daughter has far better taste than to travel down that stream of fluid. I mean, come on now, YouTuber. You know better. And everything that she's saying is contradicted by information that our attorneys have already garnered. And this individual claiming that she's going to turn me in and she's going to do this, and go ahead. You've done it. We've got your attorney Graham Cracker's emails. We're fully aware of it. We know about your bogus, fraudulent attempts at trying to shut me up from disclosing who you really are. I'm so excited about these next 2 lawsuits that are coming.
Oh my God, graham crackers did me in. Holy shit. I can't start again. I can't start again. Graham crackers. Fuck.
Remember, folks, she's got insurance. On not one lawsuit that has been filed against her has she declared that she has personal coverage to cover her intentional acts. She has failed to disclose that on every lawsuit. We've checked them all. So, and I'm basing that off of information that has come from our attorneys. So I'm repeating what I've been told. I should be able to rely on that. And then she wants to post things from our case in Georgia. You can post all you want, darling. It does not affect me, because the truth will rise just like the sun every day. 2 things you can be guaranteed of is that the sun's going to come up tomorrow and that the truth will be revealed. And it's going to be revealed about you, YouTuber. I understand she gets upset, folks, when you call her a YouTuber. Or maybe it's just because Lindsay called her a YouTuber because she's in love with Lindsay, and Lindsay is kind of like not in love with her and doesn't even really know her. And, I think that, so many people are messaging me and saying, oh, I think that there's been a reunification between Todd and Lindsay and the family and stuff. No. There has been a ceasefire because the truth has now come out. And our attorneys have spoken. But as far as the relationship between my daughter and I go, she knows that I love her. That has been conveyed to her via counsel. She knows that I'm open to that reunification if that is something that she desires and that the family is. She has.
I'm just gonna I just want to say something here. It's so sad that for a parent to ever have to say the sentence that their child knows that they love them. It's been conveyed to their counsel. I mean, oh my God, like that's so sad. I'm so sad for them.
That she was acting off of information that was erroneous, and that has now come out through statements and other documents and what have you. It has now come out that what I was saying was true, that this individual did go to Chase and say she was going to sell this supposed sex tape to TMZ if Lindsay did not talk to her. Now, this information, keep in mind, when we pursued this a year or so ago, this individual claimed that there was no sex tape, that she never had a sex tape. She didn't know where it was coming from. Well, we knew that was a lie because she had approached Chase about it. So at any rate, that's kind of where I stand on the YouTuber. I'm sure she'll be running and posting and doing the ratchet shit that she does, that she thinks gets a response out of us. You're not getting a response because we don't care what you say. We don't care what you do. We do know that your following is diminishing. We do know that your revenue is falling apart. We do know that your goal of monetizing someone else's pain is slowly coming to an end. We know this. And folks, I can't tell you how I know, but I know there's bigger powers than thee that are dealing with YouTube, that are pointing things out, that are sending clips, that are sending posts that shows that this woman is stalking, harassing, doing damage to people's mental health. And she's going to suffer the consequences for that. And YouTube has basically stated that, in a roundabout way, that this is a problem, and she's been notified, and she has taken many videos down. It's ironic. She'll post something, then she snatches it down. I mean, I'm not quite sure why she does that when she knows that there's so many people that loathe her that are screen grabbing everything that she does and sending it to every person that has sued her. So all of these things are there. I mean, they're there. Once you post it, someone else is going to get it. And so that I love when she posts, because that's things that she's going to have to face in front of 12 jury members. And guess what, YouTuber? Regardless of what happens to me, it does not diminish my right to sue you. It doesn't take my civil right away from suing you for harming me or for harming our family. And every person in our family has been harmed by this YouTuber. That's why each individual in our family is going to file suit independently against her above the 2 suits that I know that are coming. So we're in the process of working on that to add an additional 4 more lawsuits. So,
holy Dina, if you're listening, I think you might have been right. That's interesting. I kind of had pegged that the 2 suits coming were his 2 kids, or 2 of his kids, Chase and Lindsay there. But he just said that the family's lawsuits are coming on top of the other 2. Now, I'm not going to say who is suspected to be one of the other 2, because nothing's been confirmed. It's a, oh my God, what if sort of thing. And I'm not going to say who that is for the chance that it could be wrong. But I as far as the 2 coming, besides his family, there's only one name that I've heard that could possibly be it. I have no idea who the second one could be. It's still like, who the fuck are we forgetting? Who are we leaving out here? That's what I want to know. Who? I'm going to start coughing again.
Give it a total of me, and then Julie, Chase, Savannah, and then, so I would encourage Lindsay to file suit against her, but that's Lindsay's decision, and whatever her attorneys decide to do is what they do. So then she's going to have, I think, so me, Julie, Chase, Savannah. If Lindsay if Lindsay decides that's what's going to happen and what she needs to do, whatever her attorney decides to do, that would be 5 lawsuits plus 2. So that would be 7 that she would be defending, plus the additional, that would be 7 that should be defending. And then I understand that there are a couple of more that might be coming her way, as I was, notified, I think Tuesday or Wednesday of last week, that I was asked for the name of the law firm that is representing me, that they want to bring a suit against this YouTuber as well. And it was a very interesting concept, because I think that they now want to name YouTube as part of the suit that they want to file with some big firm there in Minnesota, because YouTube has perpetuated by keeping her false content on their platform after being notified that it was false content, that it was negative, derogatory, that it attacked people's mental health, et cetera, et cetera. So, that should be interesting to see how that flows. I've asked my attorneys to look into that as well.
When it comes to men's underwear, Tommy John's hammock pouch underwear is the full package deal.
Well, that'll get YouTube to pay attention. Fucking name them in the lawsuit. That'll do it. They've been reprised. They've been reprised of her and her videos and her claims, her antics, however you want to word it. They've been made aware of her all along, like in real time. So this won't be news to them, but it would be the first time they were named, I think. I know, actually, but wow. Okay, then.
They have fanatics trying them for the first time or a long.
Ratchet.
Good.
The Ratchet YouTuber. That's what we'll refer to. Ratchet YouTuber. That's really all that I have to say. You cannot. Now, here's the irony of this. She doesn't like it when I talk about her, because she's told people that. She doesn't like it when I talk on the podcast about her. have the same right to talk about you as you do to talk about me and a million other people. I mean, I love that she says the Kardashians have thousands of lawsuits against them. A lie. A lie. Just a blatant lie. I love how she talks about so many people that she claims to know so much about, that I had 30 lawsuits. Yeah, probably not sure what the number is, but if you say it, we won't believe it. But when you're in business, litigation is part of it. When you have been lied to, cheated, besieged with false information, and you're placed in the position to defend yourself, yeah, you have to have attorneys. You have to have attorneys. And what I would say to you is that spend less time focusing on me and more time focusing on thee, because the storm is coming. You're already in the midst of it. You're already lying. You're already, she wants to say that they're cooperating with discovery. No, you're not. No, you're not. You stated on your own channel that I'm wanting you to turn over information about Lindsay. No, you are to turn over all information that supports the accusations that you have made against me. And your comment was, this is personal information, and I just don't feel that he has a right to it. You don't get to decide that. The courts do. The courts do. And you're going to be forced to turn it over. I mean, I think that I would love to meet whoever this Emily D. Baker is. She's I guess, an attorney. She's a legal commentator. I looked her up on Twitter, and she's a legal commentator, I think, for ABC. And I love how she someone sent me the clip of her live or whatever, and she just eviscerated this YouTuber and the attorney. She literally said that, basically punched a hole in everything that she was saying. And basically, you don't get to decide what's relevant or not. Courts get to decide that. We, as the plaintiff, get to decide that. When we ask you for something, you have to give it to us. We provided the information that was given to us, and now they don't want to do that. Well, now it's my understanding that her attorney, this YouTuber's attorney, has said we will comply with discovery. Now, she doesn't want you to know that, folks, but her attorney has said we will comply with discovery. Well, that means you comply timely, which they have not done, which is why we have filed our motions in the court to compel them to do such. Everything is out there. It's public record. Read the filings. I mean, she's not posting the filings that we post. She's only wanting to post something that detracts from her situation. And that's not going to work. It's just not going to work. So regardless of whether I'm here to fight the battle or not, it's going to continue on. That's just like if I died and I had a lawsuit against someone for damages, it becomes an asset of the estate. And then the estate decides as to whether or not they want to pursue that. I can assure you, I have put it in writing that if God were to take me today, this lawsuit is to continue forward on behalf of my estate and my children, and that they are to seek damages for everything that has been done to me and has harmed our brand or our reputation. So those are the kind of things that she doesn't want you to hear, but not going anywhere, YouTuber. Not going anywhere. My civil rights are still intact. I have the right to sue you. I have sued you, and I will continue to sue you in this litigation. Whether I am sitting in my home or whether I'm sitting in a cell, I'm still going to be able to sue you. So stop spreading false bullshit because you know better. And when you know better, you got an obligation to do better. Now, I understand because you're a non-believer and you want to attack Christians and you want to attack people of faith. You don't get to determine, just because you say it, everyone knows it's a lie. But just because you say it doesn't make it so anyway. So I'm just glad that the YouTuber is upset with me. I'm glad that she knows I'm going to continue to tell the truth. I'm glad that she should know that I've got a lot of people around me that are going to continue to tell the truth, and the truth hurts her. The truth doesn't hurt us. The truth vindicates us. The truth destroys her. So that's really all I have to say. We didn't have any callers last week, so you want to take some callers?
Sure.
First caller, please.
Hey, Todd and Chrisley. Oh, I mean Todd and Julie Chrisley. Sorry about that. My name is Gabby. I'm from California, but I live in Indiana now. I am a Hispanic person. My family is from Guatemala.
I'm not going to listen to the calls. I don't know. I feel like they called in to the Chrisley podcast. They didn't call into my YouTube channel, so I don't feel like I should play their calls. Unless there's something interesting, I don't know, I should play. I don't know. Let me know. But otherwise, I'm not going to bother playing the calls. This is not a pocket filing, is it? Well, to her, it could be a hot pocket filing. Sorry. I can't start coughing again. I can't start coughing. Okay. I think I suppressed it. I think I did. So, holy shit, though, dude. That's some crazy shit. And, of course, it's going to make me all bright again. Why is it doing this? Stop it. Well, maybe if I go back to this camera, it'll get a little better. Or this screen. Interesting. So yeah, how about that shit? Wow, I don't even know what to say to all that. I really don't. I don't know what to say. I did notice a couple of interesting comments, so I want to just point out. I put them up on the screen. Joanne Cochran, I think is the last name. Cochran. I'm not sure how to pronounce this, so forgive me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. But she says that YouTube was sued in Australia in a defamation case. That's interesting. I want to know more about that. I'm not going to. I want to read more about that, so I'll do that after the stream. And then Billy Martin says maybe the guy she accused of R could be one of the other cases. Now that's interesting. I don't know what to say about that, but that would be interesting. I think that might be a little ballsy though on his part, just because regardless of whether or not you believe Katie is redundant, it's still a he said she said case. It's nothing more than he said she said case. There's nothing to pull it more in one direction than the other, in my opinion. So it would be kind of risky, I think, for him, especially if it's one of those things where let sleeping dogs lie kind of thing. If it's being quiet and it's not being talked about or broadcast for now, do you really want to get that up and going again? But knowing Katie, she will end up getting that up and going again, because routinely she has done this over the years. She's got it up and going again. Just it's become louder and louder each time she's done it, because she's had a larger and larger platform each time. And this last time she had a pretty big fucking platform, and it's still kind of going on because the discussion is still ridiculously people won't shut up about it. So, yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be kind of risky on his part, but I think it's possible. Look up Twiggy Forrester, who was suing YouTube and Google. Barillaro versus Google's. Okay, cool. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you. Yeah, I'm definitely going to look into that. I'm just curious. So Teresa, I think it was, mentioned much earlier in the chat that Rikita Law Channel, they covered the whole insurance discussion, as far as Katie's concerned, or at least as far as someone in Katie's position is concerned, I think might be, I don't know. I haven't heard it yet. So, but she mentioned that there was, at the end of one of his live streams on the Depp and Amber Heard trial, that the people on the panel went into this conversation, and she gave me a timestamp. So I wanted to play that. And I'm starting to fade a little fast. So I think I'm going to wrap this up shortly, because I need to go lay down. I get so tired quickly. It's crazy. All right. Where am I? Right here. Okay. So she told me about the 735 mark, and I'm at 734, I think. Or no, she told me 734 mark, and I'm at 734.09. But I'm gonna just go back a little bit. Wait, let me unmute it.
Gonna pay her. She's saying that she doesn't have it, and of course she got tagged with the 4 million. She was yeah, and she just kept on it and on it and on it. But she was making a lot of money off of that, and so of course she got tagged with the 4 million. Now, you know, she's saying that she doesn't have it, and other times she's saying that she's got insurance that's going to pay it. And
these YouTubers out here being like, my insurance is going to pay for my defamation lawsuit. That's not how that works, friend.
Right.
Hey, I don't know if you've had a bankruptcy lawyer on yet, but I'm dying to find out if these defamation judgments are going to meet the exemption for discharge for willful and malicious injury.
Yes, I did have a bankruptcy attorney on, and she said
She said
that no, she said that you're not going to be able to bankrupt it.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I did have a bankruptcy attorney on, and he said yes. But then another bankruptcy attorney came on and said no, you know, and she gave the site, and you know, this is why you can't bankrupt it, because just like you said, Andrea, it's willful. I don't really know anything at all about bankruptcy, but
I mean, especially when you get that public figure defamation with the malicious aspect. It's not people, especially YouTubers, keep trying to think that they're the New York Times and it's going to be like, oh, it was an error and it's not a public figure. It's not that. When you get to this public figure defamation with the malice, it's even if they do have insurance, which I think most YouTubers lie about, even if they do have business insurance, it's not going to cover intentional acts.
No.
Which is kind of like the insurance or the bankruptcy thing. Like there's a little carve out for that. You can't just do things intentionally and get away with it.
Yeah, shocking.
Now I'm not sure about this, but I know, like, a judgment. If there was a judgment, I get what they're saying, that she's not likely to be able to file bankruptcy on a judgment. What if she filed bankruptcy before the judgment, though? I mean, she'd have to prove that she's bankrupt. I mean, I get that, and if she's not bankrupt, then she can't really prove that. But I wonder, because like you hear about like the pharmaceutical companies and whatnot, like before, it's like some of these judgments or whatever came through from the government and everything, like they like the one major one filed bankruptcy beforehand. So I wonder, you know, did they do that to try to save themselves having to pay like an arm and a leg or whatever? So I wonder if that's something that she would have at her disposal if it came down to it. I don't know. I know nothing about this, not a damn thing. So I would love to hear people's opinions on this or answers or whatever. She would have to file her bankruptcy with the court and they would examine it. Yeah. Okay. I get that. Yeah. She cannot discharge the debt. You go to the trial. Well, I would think that, I mean, would the trial still kind of be remote? I mean, if this shit's still going on, I don't know. Maybe the trial itself, like, in front of the jury and everything, they'd have to be there, wouldn't they? I don't know. Wow, though. That's amazing. See, and I knew like the whole insurance thing. Like, I didn't know, but I strongly suspected that, like, you know, they're not going to cover. They're going to have things like within their guidelines of what they'll cover, and things outside of the guidelines they won't cover. I mean, just because you have the insurance doesn't mean that every single judgment or claim or whatever against you will be covered. That's not how insurance works. You know, it has to be something within the terms of the policy. And I can't imagine that intentional defamation would be something that would be covered in a policy, especially not for like something like, I don't know, $1 million freaking dollars a year cover and premiums or some shit. I don't know. Apparently Tina's not listening to my live stream. She just asked me, did you listen to Todd's podcast this week? I'll get back to her. Yeah, being tired is a side effect of it. Yeah, and I mean, I'm on some experimental, I don't know, antiviral or not antiviral, antibody medication or whatever, and I think it's helping me kick it quicker, but I don't know how much more it's helping than that. I don't know, but I still feel like shit. Oh, okay. So, that's interesting though. That's fucking interesting. Well, this has been exciting. I am going to wrap this up though, because I'm fading fast. I need to go lay down. This is kicking my ass still. But I have tomorrow off, so I will definitely try and stream again tomorrow. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and publish this video. I uploaded. I did all the information. I just gotta make a thumbnail for it. So, but thanks though for listening to the podcast with me, and I will hopefully see you guys all tomorrow. Bye.